This is Seneca Avenue.
Hello everyone and welcome back, finally, to another Least Used Stations video. Today we will be taking a look at Seneca Avenue, which is the least used station on the M line with an annual ridership number of 1,080,829 people according to the MTA's 2019 ridership numbers. If you enjoy this video, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get started. Seneca Avenue, located at the intersection of Palmetto Street and Seneca Avenue in the Ridgewood neighborhood of Queens, is the least used station on the M line. It is served by only the M train and can be reached by taking the B13, B38, and Q58 buses. During late night hours, instead of the M train running its normal service pattern of Middle Village to Forest Hills, it runs as a shuttle between Middle Village and Myrtle Avenue, where passengers can transfer to a J train to take them into Manhattan and other places. As for this station being the least used, it really doesn't have a low number. A number in the millions is rather uncommon for this series, and it is one of the more used stations we visited so far. While filming here, I saw a good number of passengers waiting for trains, so it's not really an underused station. However, I do see why it is the least used, with a lot of the area looking run down and gloomy. Seneca Avenue was opened on February 22, 1915 as an extension to the existing Myrtle Avenue elevated line. Like most of the stations on the Myrtle Avenue line, this one has an island platform, which is actually kinda unusual for an elevated station. Usually, elevated stations with island platforms have a third track in the center for peak direction express service. However, this station only has two tracks, one on either side of the platform. Now, I did mention before that this station is part of the Myrtle Avenue line, and given the line's interesting history, I'd like to talk about it a bit. The first section of the Myrtle Avenue line was opened in the late 1800s by the Brooklyn Elevated Railroad, which was eventually merged into the BRT. The original Myrtle Avenue L ran from the Myrtle Avenue Station, currently served by the J, M, and Z trains, to Sands Street over in Brooklyn Heights, and eventually the line was extended into Manhattan, with it ending at the Park Row Station, which was actually a major terminus for various BMT elevated lines, including the Fulton Street line, Brighton Beach line, and the West End line. The portions of the line leading west into Manhattan were closed and mostly demolished in the mid-1900s. However, one of the stations, named Broadway, can still be viewed to this day, and is actually the upper level of the Myrtle Avenue Station on the BMT Jamaica line. The Middle Village branch line, which is still in use today, opened between 1889 and 1915. The connection to the BMT Jamaica line, which connects with the BMT Nassau Street line, known today as the J and Z lines, opened in 1914. This connection allowed trains traveling along the Myrtle Avenue line to operate via the Williamsburg Bridge into Manhattan. There have been many unofficial proposals and talks of the possibility of connecting the current-day Myrtle Avenue line at Metropolitan Avenue with the Queens Boulevard line, turning the M train into a loop similar to the Circle line in London. These proposals usually see the M train branching off of the Queens Boulevard line at Rego Park to turn south and connect with the Myrtle Avenue line. However, it seems like the MTA isn't too interested in that idea and is looking more towards reactivating the Rockaway Beach branch, which would be much more beneficial for riders in Eastern Queens. Leave a comment below if you would like to see a video in the future where I talk about the Rockaway Beach branch and the possibility of it being reactivated and turned into a new subway line and extension, or back into an LIRR line. Before we end this off, I really want to thank all of you for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate all of the support I've gotten on this channel since I've started, and honestly, when I did start, I never expected this channel to take off the way it did. As a thank you, I just had to bring this fan favorite series back. Anyways though, I'll catch all of you in the next video. Happy rail fanning.
This is a Queens-bound G train. The next stop is 21st Street.